Chris McCausland and Dianne Buswell's performance during Saturday night's Samba-thon on Strictly Come Dancing was branded unfair and in poor taste. Chris McCausland has broken his silence after his controversial performance on Saturday night's nail-biting episode of Strictly Come Dancing. The blind funny man Samba-thon alongside dance partner Dianne Buswell was branded unfair and in poor taste as fans called out BBC bosses for being discriminatory. Viewers weren't impressed with how hard the dance would have been for Chris. With no concept of spatial awareness, fans fumed at judges calling for the celebrities to move around the dance floor, something Chris would naturally find difficult. Could have had money on Chris being the first out. Wholly unfair, one penned on X. The way he cheered for the 1 point, I think was his way of saying F you. Another added, I'm sorry but the Samba-thon was very discriminatory against Chris. Sick. They wrote, he had no perception of where the others were and he wasn't able to do half the moves the other couples were doing because he had to be connected to Dianne, very poor form. While another user wrote on the site, formerly known as Twitter, I find it shocking they chose this year to bring back the Samba-thon when Chris cannot see any of the other couples, be spatially aware of other couples. Like of course H is gonna get voted off first. Not in good taste in my opinion. Had it been an annual thing, that's one thing, but they chose to bring it back. It was deliberated, selected, put in place, with a blind and very popular contestant. Mad. However, someone else added, to be honest it was a bit of a joke as far as Chris was concerned, and it obviously didn't bother him. He's going to get through anyway, it's the rest that are scrabbling for places. Now Chris has spoken out on Instagram after the performance, writing, I was really proud of our dance on Saturday, and as for the Samba-thon, zipped mouth emoji. Well, thank you so much for all of your votes. You really did help us survive double Latin. See you tomorrow partner, Dianne Buswell. I'll be bringing earplugs. It comes after Chris opened up about his time on Strictly, explaining on the Graham Norton show that he feel like a bendy Spider-Man in rehearsals. When we started, we didn't have a clue how we would do it so decided to wing it and see what happens. I had never been taught to dance and Dianne had never taught anyone that couldn't see. She sometimes describes what needs doing, sometimes I have to get on my hands and knees and figure out what she is doing with her legs and feet, and sometimes she picks a part of me and put it where she wants it. I'm like a bendy Spider-Man. But whatever it is we are doing it is working. On his performance last weekend, Chris added, being at Blackpool was wonderful, it's like the Wembley of ballroom dancing. I'm actually surprised I'm still in it. It was perfect and I celebrated like I'd won the FA Cup.